Hello and welcome to TreeWalker Talks, episode 36, Be a Teacher. All right, let's jump right into it again. I am a little under the weather, but not bad. Coughing a little bit and stuffy, but I'm not feeling too horrible about that. But I am pretty tired. I'm working some overtime this week, working overtime tomorrow. Today is Wednesday night, June 7th. And so we're recording it tonight so I can get it up so it'll actually play on Friday for you. The video might be a little late. We'll see. I might have to wait till Friday morning to get that going. Okay, so it is after work again, so my mind may stray a little bit, but hopefully not. Okay, let's do the homestead update. Dry, dry, dry. That's kind of the theme of what it is around here right now. We haven't had any rain for a couple weeks now, I think it is. Might have had a chance for tomorrow, so before work I got up and mowed, which really kicked the allergies in. Never used to have allergies. Now that I'm older, I'm starting to get them a little bit. And then they moved it. We're not going to get any rain possibly till Sunday now, 30% chance, and I think a 50% on Monday. So that leaves a lot of garden watering and not having to mow, but then mowing because you thought you were going to have to could have been put off till the weekend. All right, we're going to kind of do projects in with the homestead update. So I did, I mowed today. It was the first time in 2 weeks, so that was good. Got the rabbit water is all set up, geared up, and ready to go. They're using it currently, so we've got a 55-gallon drum. Right now it's covered with a tarp. I'm going to have to probably paint it or something to keep the algae down in it. Hey, the TreeWalker channel has almost 300 subs as of the taping of this. It has just blown up. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to my good friend Joseph, who's been sharing it like crazy. And yes, that is the artist that is responsible for my new page icon and for all of the art upcoming. So if you want to get in contact with him and pay for his services, I can put you in contact. Just join the Discord, send me a message, whatever you need to do. Okay, I am also on the homestead gearing up for a new podcast. I've said this several times, but they're both going to be separate channels. I think it's just best to keep them separate. But one of them is actually, I am in the editing of the episodes, and will probably, if I get time this weekend, start recording it. But I'm pretty drained. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get it started this weekend. I want to get a couple months recorded before recorded and uploaded before I start releasing it. Just for the simple fact that I don't know how much overtime I'm going to be working. Things coming up like July. Excuse me. July I have a camping trip going on, that sort of stuff. So I will announce that when it is released. Let me get a drink. I'm drying out. Okay, what's growing on the homestead? The greenhouse is, well, it was empty till today. All the starts are planted. I did dig up a white mulberry because it was surviving, but it wasn't growing at all, really. So I wanted to move it somewhere where it was better. And found out that there's actually only one taproot, like one root coming off of it. So it's actually in some solution in the greenhouse now. Hopefully we can get it to root out because it is a white mulberry, which is very sweet and very rare. The planting, still have beans, corn, New Zealand spinach, and melons. I have not started any melons. Menards around here has 6-pack of them for $1.99. We might just end up going up there and getting there. We'll see. We're starting to run low on time for the melons and stuff, and the corn. But I've got plenty of corn here. The corn is just for fun because I usually buy mine. I've got a couple empty spots I want to throw it in and hopefully get some good corn stalks for decoration this fall. Okay, on to the main topic, being a teacher. What I mean by that is we all have skills. We all have things that you're good at. You may not be a master, but guess what? Through trial and error, you have found what to do and what not to do. So there's something, you've got to look, you have something you're good at, whether you know it or not. Help pass that on to the next generation. You may not feel like a master, but you know stuff. And the older you get, the more stuff you know. And if you can take someone under your wing and help them, that'd be great. You teach through showing, too, especially in, like, gardening and that. Someone wants to learn, say, sure, come over with me. I'll show you. You can help me weed, and we can see some of that. Maybe have them come over and help do the starts. Have them help transplant. If you're raising animals, guess what? Have them come over and help you clean out those stalls. That's a big help, isn't it? But it's things they need to learn. Show them how you feed them. Show them what you feed them. Show them all your different animals. I mean, just whatever you're doing. You're teaching your kids at home. Show them how you're homeschooling your kids, because you know what? In this day and age, I do believe it's a lot better than what the government has to offer. And on the flip side, look for things that you'd like to learn, because never stop learning. If you think you're a master at something, you might as well just put a step in the grave, because no one's ever a master. There's always new things to learn, new things to do. So if you can't be a teacher on something, be a student. Seek out people that know things that you want to know and go help out with it. I mean, we can do that. This is kind of going to be a double topic, because today was a rough day for me. And I just kind of want to share that, and I want to touch base on that. But I also want to do that, be a teacher, to help maybe inspire people to get out there and help share their knowledge. But I also kind of want to talk about just being drained. Part of it's the allergies. Because when I mowed today afterwards, boy, my eyes have been burning and stuff. But I slept good last night. I slept a good enough amount of time, and I should be rested and good. But I'm a shoulder for people. I will try to talk it out with people and get them to tell me what's going on in their life, and see what I can do to help them out. To even just sometimes just letting them talk and tell somebody all the crud that's going on is beneficial to them. That can help them and sway their moods and make them feel better. And there's been a lot going on with me too. And with me, like I said, there was someone at work tonight. They're having some issues, and I don't want to bring up the issues the person's having. It's a family issue to do with an elderly parent. And at first, they didn't want to talk about it. And I don't push people. I'm just like, hey, what's wrong? I could tell something's wrong. And at first, they're like, no, there's nothing wrong. And then they opened up, and the floodgates came fully open. And they explained everything to me. And I tried to give it whatever advice I could. Like I said, I can't tell you exact, because it's not something that I want to share. And hopefully, I think when they left tonight, they felt better. But you also have to know, when you do stuff like that, it drains you. I mean, when you're already down because of things going on in your own life, and then you open up like that, it drains you. You just emotionally, physically, but it's worth it. If you can help somebody out and help other people out, I mean, you have to be careful not to drain yourself too much, but I am just blah. I have been ever since that, and all day, night, I just wanted to sit down in the middle of the floor and go to sleep. So when I got home, I got in the shower, and I told myself, the podcast can wait till tomorrow night. Well, tomorrow I'm working a 12-hour shift, and I told myself, you're not going to be able to record it tomorrow night. So then that leaves it not coming out on Friday. So I drove myself into doing this, and I think it's turned out good. I think we're doing pretty good with it. It's staying coherent, and I'm not stumbling around and veering off on other topics that really don't need to be talked about or anything. So I think it was a wise choice. I've got my meals all packed for tomorrow and that, but it happens. And you can't always just take time off to go recharge or, whatever you do. For me, a lot of times, there's two things that recharge me. Getting away from people, just shutting down away and out from people and just being on my homestead or alone. Or the big one is still away from people, but get out in nature. Just go for a walk. And you can't always do that, though. And especially right now, schools are out. A lot of the trails are packed with people, so it doesn't really help out. So I'm putting in plans to make my own space in the backyard to where it feels more like nature. And I'll bring you videos on that too. I'm kicking myself because, it's been a little while since I've had the video content out because it was early May when I got all the videos out because of going on vacation. And I need to get on a schedule and actually get content so it's more regular, especially with all the new subscribers we've gotten. I don't want to let them down and lose them. We want to put out good quality videos. And not just about the homestead. I have plans. I want to go foraging right now. I think we should be getting some chicken in the woods out. Maybe even still some pheasant back. Some fishing. Because they're going to be going. Some seining, so you see how I get the minnows. And all of these things that I want to do and make the videos of are awesome because I'm out in nature and a lot of times alone. So I can do double. I can recharge while I'm making the content. And I think that's why a lot of it's good content, because it's passionate. It makes me feel good. But if I'm not as present on certain things, social media and that, for several days, it's probably I'm recharging. I'm very empathic. If you know, like an empath. So if I'm around negativity, I absorb that negativity. If I'm around happy and joyous things, I absorb that. If I'm around a lot of people, it's almost like you can feel those people and the anxiety just goes up. Like when I drove through Chicago and I looked out and saw all the apartments and everything, it was a crushing feeling. So that's why I like being alone. Not alone, but just away from most people. So I think I'm starting to ramble now. Maybe you have those feelings too, and you think you're weird or odd, and you probably are, but not because of that. Aren't we all? But just so you know, other people get that way too. Other people have those feelings. I don't really think that it's depression. I think this part is just worn out. Because I still have motivation, I still have things I want to do, and depression kind of kills that type of thing. And one of my big things that I like to come home to is sitting over on the couch right now, just looking at me, wanting me to be done and come over and cuddle and give her some more food, because she loves food. So I think we're going to do that. We're at like the 13-minute marker, and I think that's good for the podcast. Hopefully we can start getting on a schedule where I'm doing this when I'm not exhausted, and we can get more content going. It's just with working overtime and that, it's hard to really, I like to do passionate topics, and it's been hard to find a passionate topic. But I did find something, and it's one of the podcasts. And I thought about putting it on here, but I do believe having a second channel is best, because it is it's going to be, I'll come out and tell you what this one's going to be. It's going to be a religious podcast, and share things with religion. And I think that I should probably keep that separate from the TreeWalker, even though they kind of go hand in hand. All right. Let me know what you think. Drop it in our Discord. I'll try to remember to put a link in the notes for this. Message me. Check out my other stuff. I'm not really big on social media. The best way is really Discord, or private message me, maybe on YouTube, that sort. All right. Thanks for joining me. I just got an email. It kind of blew out my mind there for a second. Thanks for joining me. I hope to see you on the next one. Hope maybe this inspired you or got you going. And remember, stay alive out there and keep on surviving.